Hello everybody, welcome to All India Jubo Computer Saksharata Mission, a complete online computer education system. From this class onwards, we will discuss about very important topic of Python. We will discuss about the collection related data type in Python. We will discuss first list type of data structure, then tuple type of data structure, then set, then dictionary, and we will discuss it with compared to one with another. So from this class we will discuss about list data type. So what is list data type? So there is some notes. With the help of those, we have to know the structural format of a list. If we want to represent a group of individual object as a single entity, so it is not a collection of one object. It is not a is equal to 10, that is one collection of one object into a variable. List is collection related data type, means it just act like an array. If we want to represent a group of individual element as a single entity where insertion order preserved and duplicates are allowed, then we should go for list. If we want to represent a group of individual object as a single entity where insertion order preserved and duplicates are allowed, then we should go for list. The most important feature is insertion order. That means indexing is possible. The first element always remains as a first element. The last element always remains last element. So insertion order is preserved, means we can access the value with the help of indexing. So insertion, first characteristic feature of a list, insertion order is preserved. We can preserve the insertion order. We can use indexing to access the element of a list. Then duplicate object are allowed. Within a list there are duplicate values too. Heterogeneous object are allowed. That means different type of object. One is integer, one is float, another one is string, another one is bool. You can use heterogeneous object within a list. List is dynamic. Dynamic means you can increase or decrease the size of a list. This is very important characteristic feature. You have to concentrate on there. It is dynamic. What is the meaning of dynamic? I just explained. In the list, the element will be placed within square bracket, because list indicate this square bracket. Within this square bracket the element are placed. Okay. Duplicate element, by using indexing we can represent insertion order using index. Hence index will play a very important role. Yes, indexes play a very important role. There is positive and negative index both. This is a type of a list. You can see duplicate elements are in there. Heterogeneous object with they have heterogeneous object. This is string, this is integer. We can use this as float, this is a float, this is duplicate value, this is integer, this is string, this is float. We can use multiple values within a single, and this all of this together within a single element, which is called as list. List object are mutable in nature. We can change the content. It is not immutable, it is mutable. With the help of indexing we can change the value of a list. We will see how can you do this one with the help of some programs. Okay. So what is list? What are the characteristic features of list? We will understand from this note. When insertion order is preserved, it is heterogeneous in nature, duplicate object are allowed. What are the different features of a list? We will understand from this. I think we will understand from this notes. Now I have to run some program to understand it in better way, to understand this in better way. Okay. So if I want to create a list, a empty list, so what will be the list equals to this angular bracket open and close. Now print list. If you print the list, you will find then print type of list. We will save this list1.py, then you will run it from command prompt. py list1.py. This is an empty list, it's indicate that, and this is list type of class. That means it is a list. We will create a list, empty list here. Okay. Now we will go to the next program. How to create an empty list we will see. Now if you want to create a dynamic list, how can you create? List or L is equal to evolve. Evolve function means it convert it as the type we needed. We don't need to convert it in integer. If it is a list type, then it is convert into a list. It is a tuple type, convert into, you do not need to use it different integer, float. Evolve can convert according to their value. Input evolve function. Okay. Enter list. This is a dynamic list. You can create the dynamic list like that. Print L. So I have to save that. List2.py. If I run this one, it will ask you to enter the value in the form of list 10, 3.5, A, 20, 10. These are the values in a list. It will print it as a type of a list. Heterogeneous objects are allowed. We can insert different type of values. This is the main thing. Okay. Now we move for another program. Move to the next program. So now we will discuss that indexing and slicing are possible to access the element of a list. If you want to access the element of a list, look at that. If a list contain 10, 20, 30, 40, and if you want to access the list with the help of indexing, how can you access? If you do this, then it will print the first element. This is how you can do this one. This is how you can do this one, not that, like that. This is the index. Okay, with the help of this one. We can use negative indexing to -1, and if you want to index, if the index is not available, then it will return a index error. Then it will return index error. This index is not available. Slicing doesn't return any error. If you want to slice some values out of the range, then it will always calculate to the end, but it doesn't return any index error. You can see it in this one. This line will execute a error. List3.py. Save it and run it. Look at that. This line, this fourth line, is created an error because you cannot print an element which is not in the range of a list. Run it again. These two will produce a value. This is 10 and this is 40. This is 0 index. This is on first index, second index, and this is the last index. So this is treated as -1 and this is treated as 0. This will treat as 0. Okay. If you want to access the element with the help of slicing, then what will be the possible way? This is the possible way to access an element in the help of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the least values. If I want to print with the help of slicing, then this is the start index, this is the end index, and this is the step value. With the help of this we can create a, so it starts from 0 to 9. This is 0 index, 1 index, this is 2 index, starting from 2 index, and it ends in 7th, but 7 means 6, so it print 2, then 4, then 6. Okay, it's print these things because the step value is 2. Print n to 4 to 2. So it's print in reverse order. It starts from 4 and ends in 3. Okay, if I save this list 4.py and run it, you will see the answer. Because of that, there is no negative index, so it increased from 4, it never reached to 2. So this value doesn't return anything. This is an empty list. If it is indexing, then it produce an error, but it starts from start index is 4. Start index is 4 means this, and it ends in 2 index. 2 minus 1, that means 1 index. But if you are not introduce any step value, then it is by default plus 1. So it incremented from there and never comes to that place. So it return empty list. Okay. If you print like this, print n and then colon 1, it will print nothing. It will print the whole list, nothing, not, sorry for that one, it will print the full list. And if you print this with the help of -1, it will print reverse order, the string in the list in reverse order, sorry. It will print the whole list and it will print the list in reverse order. -1 is start from this index and ends in this index. Okay, that's it. That's it, how you can access the list or element of a list with the help of indexing and slicing. Okay, list is immutable. How can we know list is mutable? Mutable, we know that. So if you want to, L is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, L of 1 is equals to 777. That means this value is replaced by 777. Then if I want to print L, what will be the output? Save it and run it from command prompt. Look at that, this list has been changed. So it indicates that list is not immutable, list is actually mutable. So with the help of this example, we can understand, we can replace the value of a list. Okay, so these are the actual examples. We can, with the help of those example, you will understand the list little bit. Now I have to write a program to display the element by index wise in a list. This is a very important program. You can understand something clearly with the help of this function. Display elements by index wise. Okay, you can display the element of a list index wise. L equals to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. These are the values. Now I equals to this I indicates the index value, while I less than equals to len is a len of L. Len of L in here, len of L is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, less than or equals to 6. Okay, as long as it is less than or equals to 6, it will run. Now print the element present at positive index this value, this is the positive index, and at negative index we use replacement operator is this replacement operator. Okay, fine. Dot format, we can replace this value, dot format of, this is single quote, dot format of, this is the value for the positive index. How can you calculate the negative index? I minus len of L, that means it's indicate the negative index. I is 0, so if you calculate this, 0 minus 6, that means minus 6, then 1 minus 6, that means minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. This is how you can actually calculate the negative index value. And now the value L of I, this is actually the value. Okay, so that's it. Now you have to increment the I value, I plus 1. You can save this one. This is a very important and very good program. This is the program of list 5 dot py. Now you have to run it from there, list 5. The element, line 6, element present in positive index 0 and negative index minus 6 is this, 1 minus 5 is this, 2 minus 4 is this, 3 minus 3 is this, 4 minus 2 is this, 5 minus 1 is this. Okay, these are the value they return. Why? Line 6 module list out of range. I is equal to I plus 1, list is equal to I. Oh, it is not going to print, it is less than L, not equals to, because of that it will provide it an error. This is how it is looks like. The positive index 0 is equal to the negative index minus 6 and the value is 10. This value is 20, this value is 30, this value is 40, this value is 50, this is 60. I think everyone understand that one. This is actually the list. I have to calculate the list as long this I value is less than the length of the list. Length of the list is 6, that means I start from 0 and it goes to the, it runs 6 times, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have to print the values, the element present at positive index this and the negative index this is that. This is for I. So at first when the loop has begun, I value is 0. So, the positive index 0 and so the positive index 0, look at this, the positive index 0 and the negative index is minus 5, negative index is minus 6. Okay. The negative index, this start from minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So, positive index is I, that means 0, and the negative index is I minus length of L. Length of L is 6, length of L is 6 because there is a 6 element. So, 0 minus 6 is minus 6. So, the element which is present in 0 element for the positive index, the same element present for the negative index minus 6. Both of them are pointing to the same location. The element is then L of I, that means L of 10. L of I means L of 0, that means 10. This is how. Then I value increase, I is 1, then this value is 1 minus 6, that means minus 5, it became minus 5. So, I of L of I, this means L of 1, that means 20. According to this concept, they will increase and decrease the value of the index and it will print the correspondence value. So, that is it. Right now we will discuss more things about list in the next video.